Hey, it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful, empowered harmonizers. And we're zooming in and focusing in on a very important topic when it comes to moving through a relationship with a covert narcissist, a malignant narcissist, or a psychopath, where by virtue of the dynamic of the relationship, there is a degree of emotional manipulation going on. You are being, stabbed in the back, the victim of sabotaging, scapegoating, gaslighting, the one way to your face, the one way behind your back, the duplicitous, deceptive nature of these individuals oftentimes is at the core of the exposure and the core of the hurt. And the hurt is because, it does not make sense to you cognitively or emotionally, where, you had been led down a path and you had been led astray. So to be led astray by someone, is going to result in you feeling lost, feeling betrayed, feeling hurt, hopeless, disparaged, not wanting to trust life anymore. And that just shows you the profundity of the hurt. It is an emotional sort of, whack in the gut. And, when you feel that you've been lied to or cheated on or been projected so much negativity that does not belong to you. So it's so important for you to understand the cause that has created this effect. The more in depth you can understand the cause that has created this effect in your life, the easier and more immediate it will be and available for you, accessible for you to let it go. So you tend to hold on to things that you feel that you need to get through your day, your life, your relationships, whether it be food, water, shelter. These are the things that you need. And the emotional content of things that you hold on to are also, I feel, going to be housed within in the same way. So if you feel you need the guilt, the hurt, the depression, the apathy, the feeling not good enough, having your feelings and your thoughts organized and repeated and rehearsed and rememorized, repeated day in and day out, you're going to feel you need to have this negative feeling, a negative personality, what is known in psychology as negative validation, and feeling that it's as a resultant of this relationship. We come into this life tabula rasa, the clean slate, Thomas Rousseau, a lot of great things that I had studied in school that looks at how you come into life and how you're this innocence, and your innocence gets lost when you are, just being parented, being, just especially these core relationships, and then your interaction with society, your community, your school. You get fed perhaps some of these lies, but most particularly and most profound are relationships with those who have a pathological sense of self-importance, entitlement, and then they resort to the defense mechanisms of the projection, the gaslighting, all the things that we really come to understand here and study here on the Peace and Harmony channel. So one important thing for you to understand and heal is to understand the power of your thoughts and the programming and the conditioning that has been instilled these feelings. And in the work of Dr. JoeDispenza, he looks at the study of neurology and neuroplasticity. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself is one of his great works. And he studies neuroplasticity and how we have 70,000 to 90,000 thoughts a day. And like 90% of those, 98% of those are the same thoughts. So if you are allowing all these old feelings to be repeated, rehearsed, rememorized, in other words, you have learned these negative feeling states, these negative thought states so well that your thoughts, behaviors, emotions, choices are really literally founded and rooted in the past. And if these have been rehearsed, rememorized, re-ingrained like a deep groove in the brain for years and years, and have been reinforced, rememorized, relived, and then it's like emotional real estate. You've then vandalized it. It's become a decrepit feeling, a disempowered feeling. So it shows you the degree and the strength to which this has taken root in you. So it is very important for you to understand the cause that has created this effect, and then the strong place it has in your, what we call your conditioning, your programming, your imprinting, your blueprint, your template of how you feel, think, behave, and choose, especially your thoughts. So, and much of the thoughts are subconscious, which means they're going on underneath the surface. For example, you could be listening to this right now, but in the meantime, you're thinking, I've got to get to work. I've got to make my lunch. What am I going to have for dinner? What am I going to do this weekend? When am I going to pay my mortgage? So you have all these thoughts that are going on underneath. So it's very important for you to understand the subconscious place, or the subconscious housing of much of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And so if you're chronically unhappy, chronically depressed, chronically anxious or sad, or making disempowering decisions, or feeling sucked back into the hover state, the Hoover state, where you feel like you're learning the same lessons, you're kind of like stuck in this relationship pattern, and you're feeling disempowered. You feel angry all the time. You feel that you can't make a decision. You don't know what to do. It is because you're in that transition place between the old thoughts and the new. And so it is really sort of, you're in the midst of clearing out those, and de-weeding those old thoughts and feelings to get to the clear ground, the fertile soil within you that can help you to plant these new thoughts, then new feelings, new choices, new behaviors, and essentially new you, and engage in the neuroplasticity. But it's very important for you to realize the neurogenesis, the new neuroplasticity which needs to take place in the brain in order to evolve into a new you and get really unaddicted to the feelings of disappointment, to get unaddicted to the feelings of being lost, to get unaddicted to the feelings of apathy, that I don't matter, to get unaddicted to the feelings that you will never have a relationship, that there's something inherently wrong with you, inherently flawed. There's something about you that's, whatever you have, oftentimes this has been so wounded and so deeply imprinted. It's like the opposite of love. You've been reinforced with hatred, perhaps, which is a very, very awful feeling, to be physically slapped in the face and told you're horrible. Do you see how this is a double whammy? To have people who are intimate and who have gone back to their lovers after something pathological has happened. They've been lied to, they've been exposed. So now the most sacred part of them, the core of them, has then, been intimate or made love to this negativity. So they have this negativity really, really deep within their chakra system, within their root chakra, within their solar plexus, within their heart, within their communication, within their vision, their mind, and then their spiritual center. And so really all the different, cellular systems that are working, the energy systems are at play here. So it's so important for you to understand the power of really sort of pruning these negative thoughts and stopping them, and especially at the subconscious or the conscious level. So it's very important for you to really come into the privacy of these videos and get into a pure conscious state. Dr. JoeDispenza has a lot of wonderful meditations that you can find here actually on YouTube, and he can assist you to get into these states of pure consciousness. If you feel like you're not really doing anything, well, perfect. You are, it's like the Uncola, it's like the 7-Up, it's like you need to get into the conscious state in order to clear the slate. So you need to get into that higher level of consciousness, really where you're in the quantum field. You allow yourself to disengage from the conscious thoughts, the monkey mind, as they call it in psychology circles. The chatter of the mind, the analysis, is this working? Is this true? All those self-doubts. Is what Peace and Harmony, is saying, is this going to make sense? It does make sense. Am I still in judgment? This video is too long. Why is she wearing blue? Like all the different things that are running through your mind, it's like you need to disengage that from your electrical energy, your psychological, psychic energy, from reinforcing that old programming, because so it is steeped in those places. And it is very powerful when you really, really clear the slate deep down under. And especially to get into a clear sort of a state of indifference, neutrality, lack of judgment, like Dr. JoeDispenza has on his meditations. You can research those here on YouTube. He has them created. I would highly recommend reading his material. It's pretty in-depth. You can even watch interviews with him. I think that would be helpful for you as well. The TED Talks, the 3 brains. He goes into that, and it's a wonderful video, Dr. JoeDispenza. Also, in my appointment book today, it says, with a new day comes new strengths and new thoughts. Eleanor Roosevelt. First lady of one of our great previous presidents, Theodore Roosevelt. And so with each new day comes new strengths and new thoughts. So make this your reality today. New strengths and new thoughts, because you'll begin to organize yourself around the positive. You won't be organizing your feelings, thoughts, and behaviors around the negative, around the victim state, around the, you are supplied to me state. You are a daughter, a son, a spouse, a wife, a husband, a caregiver, a lover, whatever the label that you have given. Begin to remove some of that old role work, and really begin to understand how important it is and how sharp your thoughts can be when you are empowered and when you direct your thought with intention and purpose and begin at the state of astralmation. I say astralmation because it's reaching as far out into the stars. As far as you reach out to the stars, you reach down within yourself. And the astralmations need to begin at the I am. It needs to be, it's so simple that it often goes overlooked. If you look at all of the great athletes, there's some great coaches and out there, and who have, coached their teams to NBA's, NFL victories, National Basketball League, National Football League. They have learned the basics very well. They have learned to, throw, free throws, again and again and again, to the point that they have a muscle memory that they could do it in their sleep. They can then, work to the 3-pointer shots. They can do the slam dunks. They can do the tricks then. They can do the agility moves. They can, work with a team. They are fast on their feet. It's like a physical dance. They have learned the basics so well that they're able to work these intricate jump shots. Michael Jordan, his flight through the air. He has learned the basics so well that he has been able to develop to the skill inherently that he has. And he's so sharp within his thought and his vision of what he's going to do. In other words, he has released fear, and he's living in that prefrontal cortex where he is dreaming, where he's visioning, where he's planning. He's seeing himself go through the moves. And so he has visioned this again and again and again and again. So it shows you how important it is for you to engage in these basics, the astralmations. I am valuable. I am magnificent. I am a miracle. I feel incredible. I feel the miraculous. I sense the awesome. I encounter the sublime. I encounter the divine. The divine speaks to me. I am the divine. And when you repeat these, and you repeat this and have a vision and a certainty and a confidence, an emotional resonance that is strong, each day comes new strengths and new thoughts. Eleanor Roosevelt. So new strengths. It is learning new things. It is feeling new things that are strong and not weak in nature. Each day is a gift. You have 365 gifts a year, a new day. This every single day is a gift. When you wake up to that reality at the most profound emotional state, spiritual state, you will realize what you have at your fingertips. You will not take it for granted. The lower vibration and the disempowered emotional states are really where you're not seeing this, that you are not living the dream. You are not living the new thoughts. You are not living the new strengths. You're living in history. You are still tied to the past. You're tied to this person because you think you need to. So it is for you to unlock the door to your subconscious. It is for you to unlock the door to your growth of new thoughts and new strengths. So it is very sharp. You know, those little tiny statements are the sharpest and are going to create the neuroplasticity, the neurogenesis of the new grooves, of the new route, of the new track with which you are going to feel, see, sense, and become. So it is so powerful and so important for you to understand this and to begin to stop the repetition of the old and create the repetition of the new. It has to be very strong, concise, clear, undisturbed astralmations that you make to yourself. If you are not doing this, you are not going to heal at the expedited rate that I want you to. We are all about results here at the Peace and Harmony channel. This is not about staying in therapy for 10 years and, $10,000 of doctor bills a year, and, you can only do this once a week, and then you go back to the old. I mean, this is about getting results in the immediate present, as in now. Not in an hour, but doing this now and then re-upping your energy so your new thoughts on the uptake are very strong and powerful, and you feel so exhilarated, you feel so energized, you want to jump up and down, run out, get a new job, you're having new thoughts, new strengths, you're taking your life to the next level, you're thinking in solutions, not the problem, you are excited for life, things don't bother you, people don't bother you, what people say does not bother you. What people do does not bother you. What people give you or don't give you does not bother you. You have it all. You have it within. You have it going on. You are thinking new thoughts and new strengths every single day. And you need to reinforce this, i.e. write it out 1,000 times. Say it 1,000 times. If you have not done this, then you are not really where you could be in terms of your thoughts, your healing, your strength, your understanding, and being able to release that which has bound you and gotten you stuck and feeling in these lower vibrational states. You are too much in that heaviness if you are stuck in the past. So it is my emphasis to you today to begin to engage in these statements. I feel so good. I feel wonderful. I feel exhilarated. I feel inspired. I feel renewed. I feel like I am dreaming a new life into existence. I am wonderful. I am good. I am energy. I am, my hobbies and interests are with me now. I'm going to unpack those. Now that I'm energized, I am going to finally follow up on. Now that I'm energized, what is best for me is. Even though I did not do it in the past, what I can do now is. And begin to alchemize your new thoughts, your new feelings, and take action. Even if it's 10 or 15 minutes, you know, your recovery date, you're going and you're picking up a new book, you're going to a new place, you're feeling like a new person. That is the goal of the recovery date, for you to feel like a new person. It is to become your best man, your best woman, your best cook, your best, your best for yourself. The interests that you have, that you've wanted to follow up on, the best gardener, the best woodsman, the best carpenter, the best seamstress, the millionaire or millionairess, whatever it is you want to become. Be clear of that now, your goals and objectives, because if you don't have a target, you're not going to shoot. If you don't have a goal, you're just going to stay like this. And you're going to kind of not know, you're going to feel aimless in life. If you don't have a goal or objective or something that you are trying to amp up on or work towards, then you are not going to work towards it. That is the operating manual of the life with which you have. If you are aimless, you are aimless. You're just sort of dissipating. And you're just, then you get to the buoyancy state where you're just kind of bouncing around, but you're still kind of aimless. And then when you really get your head on straight, you're looking forward, you've got razor sharp focus, and then those very sharp thoughts become the ones that make the new mark in your mind. They make the new etching, they make the new programming, they make the new conditioning. You are the writer of the path. You are the writer of the feelings. You are the writer of the thoughts. You are the writer of the behaviors. You are empowered, and then you are harmonizing with life, and then life will rise to meet you at that higher level and embrace you there, not feel threatened, not feel angry, not feel hostile, not feel that they're going to take you down. It will meet you and support you there. You have to reinforce this on a daily basis. With each new day comes new strength and new thoughts. This is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.